My precious one, stop right where you are. This is not a coincidence. This is not just another video appearing on your screen by chance or a random algorithm of man. I have orchestrated this very second, this very breath to find you in the midst of your exhaustion. I've seen the heavy shadows that follow you, the ghosts of yesterday that whisper lies into your ears when the world goes quiet. You have been running, trying to outpace a past that feels like lead anchored to your soul. But today, the running ends. I am calling you into a divine appointment, a sacred space where time stands still, and my voice is the only truth that matters. Do not look away. Do not let the distractions of this world pull you from this moment, for what I am about to release into your life is the key to the chains you thought would never break. Your heart is weary and your spirit is bruised, but I am the creator of the stars and the weaver of your destiny, and I say to you, it is time to be free. Before I reveal the blessing coming to you and the restoration I have prepared, declare your presence and your readiness to receive this move of my spirit. Type "I am here, Lord," or 7007 in the comments right now to open the gates of heaven over your life. This is your act of faith, a signal to the heavens that you are no longer hiding. As you do this, I invite you to join this family of believers and press the like button to signal your agreement with heaven. This simple act of alignment creates a momentum that the enemy cannot stop. You're not just watching a video, you are stepping into a sanctuary. I have seen your silent tears and I have heard your unspoken prayers. This message is a lifeline thrown into the turbulent waters of your soul. And if you listen with the ears of your spirit, you will feel the shift begin even now. This is not background noise. This is the sound of your prison doors swinging open. Pay attention, for I am about to do a new thing, and the old things are passing away as I speak. My beloved, listen closely to the promise I am making to you, for I am establishing a covenant of transformation that begins at this very moment. This is not a hollow word or a fleeting emotion. It is a divine guarantee from the one who fashioned you in the secret place and knows the rhythm of your heartbeat. If you lend me your ears and remain in my presence until the final word of this message is spoken, you will not leave this encounter as the same person who entered it. I am initiating a spiritual surgery that requires your focus and your persistence. I know how many times you have sought healing only to be pulled away by the noise of the world or the heavy whispers of doubt. But today, I am anchoring your soul in my truth. By the time we reach the end, a specific work of grace will have been completed within you, shifting the very foundations of your reality and breaking the patterns that have held you captive for years. I am the God of the breakthrough, and I am committing myself to your total restoration, but I ask for your undivided attention. Do not turn away, for the miracle you have been seeking is woven into the continuity of this divine dialogue. Hear now the fivefold blessing I am releasing upon you as you stay with me. First, I am wrapping your weary nervous system in a peace, covering a supernatural mantle that will quiet the storms of anxiety and bring a stillness to your heart that surpasses all human understanding. Second, I am restoring your mental clarity. The thick fog that has clouded your judgment and the confusion that has kept you circling the same old mountains will vanish, replaced by the sharp, piercing light of my wisdom. Third, you will experience a tangible physical release. The weight that has settled into your shoulders and the tension that has gripped your body like a vice will fall away, for I am taking the burdens you were never meant to carry. Fourth, I will provide a clear direction for your next step. You will no longer wander in the dark, for my voice will illuminate the path with undeniable precision. Finally, I will place a divine seal upon the door of your past. I'm locking the gates of yesterday and burying your old sorrows in the depths of my forgetfulness, ensuring they can never haunt your future again. This is my oath to you, my chosen one. Join this family of believers and press the like button now to signal your agreement with heaven, confirming that you are ready to receive this fivefold restoration. I have watched you, my child. I have seen the way you carry yourself as if an invisible mountain is resting upon your back. I saw you in the middle of the night staring at the ceiling, replaying conversations from years ago, wondering where it all went wrong. You are haunted by a constant nagging regret, a what if that echoes through the corridors of your mind. You feel like a prisoner in a cell with no bars, yet you cannot step out. I have seen the moments when you try to smile, but the joy never reaches your eyes, because the residue of old pain is still there, coating your heart like a cold mist. You feel behind in life, as if everyone else is moving forward while you are stuck in the mud of yesterday's failures. This is not how I designed you to live. You were made for the heights, not for the shadows of the valley. Do you feel the tightness in your chest when you think about the future? That is the signal that your past is still trying to dictate your destiny. I have seen you sabotage your own success just when things were starting to look up, because a voice inside tells you that you don't deserve it, or that the other shoe is about to drop. You suffer from a fatigue that sleep cannot cure, a weariness of the soul that comes from fighting battles that should have ended years ago. You find yourself in imaginary arguments, defending yourself against people who aren't even there, trying to win a justice that the world will never give you. You feel watched by your old mistakes, as if your sins are a garment you can never take off. You struggle to breathe deeply because the air feels heavy with the expectations and disappointments of others. These are the symptoms of a soul under siege, a life being strangled by the residue of what was. If you recognize these signs in your life, do not stay silent. This is the moment to call upon my fire to consume the residue. Type this now in the comments, "Divine fire, cover me now." This is not just a comment, it is a seal of your intent to be free. As you type, tap the like button. This is your act of agreement with my power. Agreement releases momentum, and momentum breaks the deadlock. I am moving even as you act. By declaring your need for my fire, you are inviting me to burn away the cobwebs of shame and the chains of guilt that have restricted your movement for far too long. Don't let the enemy whisper that it's too late, or that this won't work. I am the God of the impossible, and I am waiting for your signal of faith. I have seen how you avoid new opportunities because the memory of a past rejection feels like a fresh wound. You have built walls around your heart, thinking they would protect you, but they have only become your tomb. You feel a spiritual stagnation, as if your prayers are hitting a brass ceiling. This is because the heavy residue of unforgiveness toward others and toward yourself has created a blockage in the flow of my grace. You are living in a loop, a cycle of the same mistakes and the same sorrows, because you have not yet allowed me to cut the umbilical cord to your yesterday. But hear me now, the cycle ends today. I am exposing these symptoms not to shame you, but to show you that I know exactly where it hurts. I am the great physician, and I am about to apply the balm of Gilead to every one of these wounds. Your liberation is not a possibility. It is a promise. My precious one, come closer, and let my words sink into the very marrow of your bones. There is a lie that has taken root in your soul, a whisper from the darkness that tells you that you are your mistakes. It tells you that because you were broken, you are broken. It tells you that because you were rejected, you are unwanted. I am here to tear that lie out by its roots right now. You must understand that your pain is not your identity. It is a signal, not a destination. Think of your life like a grand house I have built with my own hands. The pain you feel is like a smoke alarm ringing in one of the rooms. The alarm is loud and it is urgent, but the alarm is not the house. The smoke is not the foundation. You have mistaken the signal for the structure. You have allowed a season of suffering to become the name you answer to. But I do not call you by your scars. I call you by the name I whispered before the foundations of the world were laid. You are my masterpiece, and even a masterpiece can gather dust or be hidden in a dark room, but its value remains untouched by the shadows. I see the patterns that have formed in your life, the doors you keep opening to the same old fears, the residue of past betrayals that makes you flinch when someone tries to love you. Hear me clearly. We are going to deal with those patterns, those doors, and that residue. But we are not attacking you. I am the potter, and you are the clay in my hands. When a potter sees a lump in the clay, he does not throw the clay away in anger. He applies pressure, he adds water, and he works with a gentle yet firm hand to smooth out the imperfections. Your struggle is not a sign of my displeasure. It is the site of my greatest work. The pain is simply an indication that there is a part of your soul that is still trying to live in a season that I have already closed. It is a guest that has overstayed its welcome, a squatter in the temple of your spirit. Today, I'm giving you the authority to serve an eviction notice to every shadow that claims ownership over your mind. You are not the victim of your history. You are the victor of my grace. If you can feel my peace beginning to settle the unrest in your soul, I invite you to join this family of believers. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel now to signal your agreement with heaven. This is your new rhythm, a daily commitment to protection, clarity, and peace. By doing this, you are anchoring yourself in an atmosphere where your true identity can flourish. You are signaling to the spirit realm that you no longer belong to the shadows of the past, but to the light of my presence. Let this be the moment where the signal of your pain stops being a noise and starts being a catalyst for your total transformation. You are not falling apart. You are falling into purpose. You are not getting lost. You are getting aligned with the destiny I have prepared for you. Stand tall, for the work I have started in you is far greater than the wounds you have carried. My chosen one, I have not called you into this moment to leave you defenseless. I see the arrows the enemy has shot at your heart, the barbs of past rejection, and the spears of ancient guilt. But know this, for every weapon formed against you, I have 1,000-fold counter-offensive. Today, I'm upgrading your spiritual arsenal. I'm clothing you in an armor that the world did not give you, and the world cannot take away. This armor is made of my very breath, my eternal promises that stand firmer than the mountains. You have been fighting with your own strength, trying to reason your way out of pain and logic, or your way out of trauma. But human logic is a paper shield against a spiritual storm. You need the heavy artillery of my presence. I am handing you the sword of the Spirit and the shield of faith, but most importantly, I am wrapping you in the psalm armor, a sanctuary of truth that will repel every lie the past tries to tell you. I am the one who heals the brokenhearted. I am the one who reaches into the darkest, most shattered corners of your soul and binds up your wounds with the silk of my mercy. You might feel like a collection of broken pieces, but in my hands, those fragments are the raw material for a miracle. I do not just patch you up, I reconstruct you. When I bind a wound, it is not merely covered. It is infused with my strength, so that the place where you were once broken becomes the strongest part of your being. This is my promise to you. Your scars will not be reminders of defeat, but trophies of my grace. I am the great physician, and I am moving through the corridors of your history right now, suturing the gashes left by those who walked away and cauterizing the bleeding of your own regrets. You are being fortified from the inside out. We are now entering a season of divine extraction, the 7 rounds of divine fire. Think of this not as a struggle, but as a holy surgery. There are layers of fog debris and spiritual residue that have accumulated over your soul for decades. Some of these layers are so thin you don't even know they are there, yet they dim your light. Others are thick as iron plates. We are going to go through 7 specific rounds of my purifying fire to peel back these layers one by one. This is a systematic dismantling of every stronghold the enemy has built in your life. I will go deep into the marrow, into the hidden places where you have buried the things you are too afraid to look at. Do not be afraid of the fire, for it is not a fire that consumes the gold. It only consumes the dross. When we emerge from these 7 rounds, you will breathe an air you have never tasted, the air of true, unadulterated freedom. Before we proceed into the first round of your liberation, I invite you to join this family of believers. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel now to signal your agreement with heaven. This is your new rhythm, protection, clarity, and peace every single day. By doing this, you are not just following a channel. You are positioning yourself under the canopy of my daily protection. Let the world see that you have chosen the path of the Spirit. Your commitment here is a physical act that mirrors your spiritual resolve. As we move into the fire, stay focused, stay present, and know that I am holding your hand through every second of this transformation. My child, I give you a command right now. Shift your focus. For too long, you have been walking with your head bowed, staring at the dust of your past, counting the scars on your feet and measuring the distance of your failures. You have been looking horizontally, searching for answers in the faces of people who are just as broken as you are, or looking backward at a history that cannot be rewritten. I'm telling you to stop. Stop scanning the horizon of your disappointments. Stop searching the graveyard of your what-ifs. I'm calling you to a vertical alignment. When you look at your wounds, they stay open. When you look at me, they begin to close. I am the high and lofty one who inhabits eternity, and I'm inviting you to see your life from my perspective. From where I sit, your mountain is a grain of sand, and your never-ending storm is but a passing cloud. Lift your eyes, for your help does not come from the earth. It comes from the Maker of heaven and earth. Shift your atmosphere. Do you realize that your internal world is a temple, and you have allowed the thieves of worry and the merchants of gloom to set up shop in your sanctuary? I am flipping the tables today. I am clearing the air. The atmosphere of your soul is changing from the heavy, stagnant air of the past to the fresh, oxygenated breath of my spirit. Feel the weight of the room changing. Feel the frequency of your heart aligning with the heartbeat of heaven. This is not a suggestion. It is a spiritual relocation. You are moving from the basement of despair to the upper room of revelation. Look up, now. Do not look at the problem. Look at the solution. Do not look at the lack, look at the source. When you align yourself vertically with me, the horizontal problems of your life begin to lose their grip. They cannot survive in the high altitude of my presence. We are standing at the threshold of a great dismantling. The 7 rounds of divine fire are about to begin, and they require your total alignment. Before we step into this fire, I want you to enter into a holy silence. Quiet the voices of your accusers. Silence the noise of your own self-criticism. Can you feel the shift? The air around you is becoming charged with my power. The ground beneath you is becoming holy ground because I am here. You are not just a spectator. You are a participant in a heavenly revolution. Your spirit is standing at attention. Your soul is being recalibrated. The old version of you is already starting to fade, and the new creature I have destined you to be is beginning to emerge. Prepare yourself. My beloved, for the fire is ready, the altar is set, and the chains of your yesterday are about to meet the flame of my eternity. Stay in this posture of looking up, for the heavens are opening specifically for you. The fire is lit. We enter the first chamber of your liberation. Round 1, breaking the chain of regret. I see you standing at the crossroads of if only. You are paralyzed by the ghosts of decisions you cannot change. You carry the weight of years gone by, of moments where you think you failed, of words you wish you could take back, as if they are happening right now. Regret is a thief that lives in the past to steal your present. It is a poison that convinces you that my grace has a limit and that your mistakes are larger than my mercy. But I am the Alpha and the Omega. I stand outside of time, looking at your beginning and your end at once. I do not just forgive your past, I redeem it. I take the ashes of your should have been, and I make them the foundation of what will be. Today, I am cutting the cord. I am dissolving the iron links of remorse that have tightened around your heart every time you close your eyes. You have punished yourself for far too long for things I have already forgotten. Listen to my command. The chain of regret is broken. I declare that the spirit of what if is evicted from your soul this very instant. Say it with me. Let your voice vibrate in the spiritual realm. I release the past. I embrace the now. Say it again, louder. In the sanctuary of your spirit, I release the past. I embrace the now. As these words leave your heart, pay close attention to your physical body. Feel that localized pressure in the center of your chest, that dull, heavy ache you have carried like a secret stone for years. It is starting to soften. It is melting like ice meeting a furnace. The heavy iron of remorse is turning into liquid light. Breathe. Breathe in the air of the present moment, the air that is no longer thick with the dust of yesterday. Your chest is expanding. The restriction is gone. I am cauterizing the wounds of self-hatred and replacing them with the warmth of my unconditional love. You are being unfettered. You have been mourning the person you think you are supposed to be, but I am celebrating the person you are becoming through my strength. Every mistake you made was a lesson I was waiting to turn into a weapon for your future. The enemy wants you to keep your head turned back so you trip over the blessings I have placed right in front of your feet. But I am placing blinders of grace over your eyes. You will no longer be haunted by the person you hurt, the opportunity you missed, or the time you thought you wasted. I am the God of the 11th hour. I can do more in 1 minute of your restoration than you lost in 10 years of your wandering. This is the moment where your history stops being a prison and starts being a library of wisdom. The fire is burning through the ledgers of your guilt. The ink is fading. The pages are turning to white. You are starting a new chapter, and the pen is in my hand. Because you can feel this weight lifting, because you know this word is piercing through the darkness of your history, do not stay silent. This is a moment of profound spiritual alignment. Press the like button right now and subscribe to this channel. This is your second act of divine agreement. By joining this family, you are placing yourself in a constant stream of my presence, ensuring that the shadows of regret cannot find a place to hide tomorrow. Your subscription is a commitment to your own growth, a declaration that you are choosing a new rhythm of protection, clarity, and peace every single day. Let this community be the shield that guards your victory. As you act, feel the seal of my spirit locking this first round of freedom into your very DNA. You are moving from the old rhythm of sorrow into the new rhythm of my grace. It is done. Round 1 is sealed in the heavens. The chain that bound your heart to the graveyard of yesterday has been vaporized by divine fire. You are no longer a citizen of used to be. You are a pioneer of what is to come. Do not look back at the rubble. The bridge has been burned, and it is the most beautiful fire you have ever seen. You are walking on solid ground now. The phantom pains of regret are being replaced by the pulsing heartbeat of hope. I have redeemed your time. I have restored your soul. This first layer of the fog has been driven out, and you are standing taller than you have in decades. Rest in this victory for a moment, for the fire is not finished. We are moving deeper into the layers of your soul, and the next round will be even more explosive as we dismantle the shadows you inherited. We move deeper now into the second chamber of your liberation. Round 2. Dismantling ancestral shadows. My child, I see the threads you did not weave, the weights you did not choose, and the debts you did not incur. You have been carrying the silent sorrows of your father and the unspoken fears of your mother as if they were your own. You see patterns in your life that look hauntingly like the failures of those who came before you. The same sudden losses, the same cycles of broken relationships, the same shadows of addiction, scarcity, or depression that have plagued your bloodline for generations. You have wondered why you hit the same walls they did, why the same darkness seems to find you no matter how far you run or how hard you work. It is because there was an invisible script written in the blood of your lineage, a contract of sorrow signed by those who came before you. But hear me, I am the God of the new beginning. I am the one who steps into the timeline of your family and says this far and no further. Today, the buck stops with you. I am cutting the invisible cords of heritage that have kept you tethered to the trauma of your ancestors. You are not a continuation of their pain. You are the start of my promise. Feel my fire as it travels through your very blood, purifying every cell, every memory, and every predisposition toward failure. I am breaking the altar of ancestral lack and the monuments of generational shame. As the fire consumes these old structures, I want you to notice something happening in your physical frame. Your spine, which has been slightly curved under the invisible weight of your lineage, is beginning to stand up straight. Feel the vertebrae aligning one by one from the base of your neck to the small of your back. There is a new strength, a celestial steel pouring into your bones. You no longer walk with the slouch of a victim or the burden of a ghost. You are standing in your own authority, rooted in my grace, not in your family's history. The shadows that used to loom behind you, whispering that you will end up just like them, are being vaporized by the light of my presence. You are becoming a first-generation miracle, the one who breaks the curse and unlocks the blessing for all who will come after you. Your bloodline is being rewritten in the ink of my light, and the ink is eternal. Say it now, with the authority of one who has been set free. The cycle ends with me. I walk in new strength. Say it again until the walls of your room vibrate with the truth of your spirit. The cycle ends with me. I walk in new strength. This is your declaration of independence from the darkness of your fathers. Because you can feel your posture changing, because you feel the heat of my presence washing away the old stains of your heritage, do not remain a silent observer. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now. This is more than a simple click. It is a spiritual handshake with your future. By joining this family, you are surrounding yourself with the fire of believers who refuse to be defined by their past. Your subscription is a wall of protection around your new identity, a commitment to walk in the clarity and peace I am providing every day. Let the record of heaven show that today, a legacy of bondage was traded for a legacy of glory, and you are the one brave enough to claim it. It is finished. Round 2 is sealed in the depths of your DNA. The shadows of your ancestors have no more claim over your spirit, your mind, your health, or your bank account. You are a new creation, born of the Spirit, led by the light. The traits that used to sabotage you, the temper you inherited, the scarcity mindset you watched, the fear of abandonment you absorbed, are being replaced by the virtues of my kingdom. You will look in the mirror, and you will not see the weary eyes of your past. You will see the bright eyes of a warrior who has overcome. The ground you walk on is no longer cursed or dry. It is fertile and ready for the seeds of the destiny I have prepared for you. Take a deep, unobstructed breath. The air of your lineage is finally clear. We have dismantled the shadows, and now we prepare to silence the voices that have mocked you from within. Stay focused. My beloved, for the fire is moving to the inner sanctuary of your mind, and the next breakthrough is already pounding at the door. We ascend now into the third chamber of the fire. Round 3, canceling the voice of shame. My child, I see you hiding in the shadows of your own mind. I see the way you avoid the mirror and the way you shrink back when others offer you praise or love, because there is a voice inside you, a cruel, cold, persistent whisper that tells you that you are a fraud. This voice does not just remind you of what you did. It tells you that what you are is fundamentally wrong. It tells you that you are damaged goods, that you are stained beyond repair, and that if people truly knew the real you, they would turn away in disgust. This is the cloak of shame, the heaviest garment in the enemy's wardrobe. Guilt is a debt you think you owe, but shame is a poison you think you are. Today, I am reaching into the hidden closets of your soul, where you have stored your secret embarrassments and your deepest humiliations. I am bringing the blazing light of my holiness into those dark corners, not to expose you to the world, but to incinerate the lies that have kept you in hiding. I do not see the version of you that shame has manufactured. I see the radiance of my own image within you, and I say the accuser is silenced. I saw you when you bowed your head in that crowded room, feeling like you didn't belong. I saw you when you late at night whispered to yourself that you were a failure, a mistake, a waste of space. I saw the moments you wanted to reach out for help, but felt too unworthy to even speak my name. Hear me now, my precious one. I am the God who justifies. If I have declared you clean, who is left to call you dirty? If I have called you my beloved, whose voice has the authority to call you worthless, I am revoking the license of every demonic whisper that has been mocking your progress. I am canceling the contract you signed with shame in your moments of weakness. The voice that tells you that you will never be enough is a liar, and today I am cutting its tongue. You are not your past. You are not your trauma. You are not the labels that people or even you yourself have placed upon your heart. You are forgiven, you are redeemed, and you are beautiful in my sight. Declare this truth now with the authority I have given you. Speak it into the atmosphere of your room. I am not my shame. I am my Father's glory. Say it again with a conviction that shakes the foundations of your insecurity. I am not my shame. I am my Father's glory. As you speak these words, pay close attention to your senses. For a moment, your ears may ring or feel a strange pressure, as if a loud static noise is suddenly being cut off. This is the sound of the accuser being muted. And then there it is, the silence. An absolute, heavy, holy peace is settling over your mind. The internal chatter has stopped. The constant trial in your head is over. The judge has cleared the courtroom and the verdict is not guilty. Feel the coolness of my grace washing over your forehead, smoothing out the lines of worry and the heat of embarrassment. You can look up now. You can look me in the eyes. There is no condemnation here, only an ocean of love that has already swallowed your every mistake. Because you can feel this silence, because the screaming voices of your past have finally been hushed, do not let this moment pass without an act of faith. Type breakthrough is mine in the comments right now to claim this silence as your permanent reality. This is your affirmation to the heavenly hosts that you will no longer listen to the lies of the enemy. As you type, press the like button to seal this round of victory. Your agreement releases the momentum needed to keep these voices silent forever. You are no longer a prisoner of what you should have been. You are a free citizen of my grace, walking in the light of my truth. Round 3 is sealed. The cloak of shame has been burned to ashes, and I am clothing you in a robe of righteousness that will never fade. Stand tall. My beloved, for the fire is moving even deeper now to into the very cells of your body to clear the residue you didn't even know you were carrying. My precious one, we move the fire now into the very fabric of your physical being. You have long believed that your past was merely a collection of memories tucked away in the corners of your mind, but I see the truth. Your body has become a warehouse, for every storm you have ever endured. I see the cortisol of old anxieties still coursing through your veins. I see the adrenaline of ancient fears that never found a place to land, keeping your heart in a state of perpetual silent alarm. You carry the biological residue of every heartbreak in the tension of your jaw, the knots in your shoulders, and the shallow rhythm of your breath. Your nervous system has been stuck in a war zone for years, reacting to shadows as if they were soldiers. But I am the architect of your anatomy, the one who knit you together in your mother's womb, and today I am performing a divine recalibration of your very cells. My fire is not just touching your spirit, it is soaking into your muscles, your nerves, and your marrow to flush out the chemicals of a season that is already over. I'm speaking directly to your cells right now. I command the memories of trauma stored in your tissues to be released and evaporated by my light. I'm clearing the pathways of your brain from the ruts of repetitive stress. The fight or flight response that has been your constant companion is being deactivated by the touch of my hand. You are not designed to live in a state of high alert. You are designed to be a temple of my rest. As my fire moves through your chest and down into your limbs, I want you to pay close attention to your physical form. Feel your breath beginning to change. It is becoming deeper, slower, and more effortless, as if a heavy stone has been lifted off your lungs. Notice the muscles in your face, around your eyes, and your forehead finally softening and letting go. The clenched grip you have held on your life is relaxing. The tremors of unspoken grief in your hands are becoming still. This is the physical manifestation of my grace reclaiming your body as a sanctuary of peace. You are experiencing a holy detoxification. Every drop of bitterness that has turned into physical fatigue is being drained away. Every sleepless night that has etched weariness into your bones is being countered by my restorative power. I'm renewing your youth like the eagles. I am washing your bloodstream with the purity of my spirit, removing the toxins of resentment and the acidity of constant worry. You will find that as we finish this round, your movements will feel lighter, your mind will feel sharper, and the chronic aches that you thought were just part of getting older will begin to fade. They were not signs of age, they were signs of an overloaded soul. But today, I have lightened the load. Your biology is no longer a record of your pain. It is a testament to my healing. The biological residue of your past has been cleared, and you are being wired for a new level of vitality and strength. If you can feel the warmth of my healing moving through your body right now, if your breath is deeper than it has been in years, do not remain silent. This is a moment of profound physical and spiritual agreement. Type "I am made whole" in the comments to claim this biological renewal. As you type, press the like button to signal to the heavens that you are accepting this new state of health. This act of faith locks the healing into your physical reality. By joining this family, you are ensuring that your daily atmosphere remains one of peace and clarity, protecting the work I have just done in your nervous system. Round 4 is sealed, your temple is cleansed, the fire has moved through the marrow, and now it prepares to move into the invisible contracts that have quietly governed your life. Stand in your new strength, my beloved, for the liberation is accelerating. My beloved, we enter the 5th chamber of the fire now. Round 5, revoking false contracts. I have seen the secret documents of your soul, the ones you signed in the middle of your darkest nights. In the moments of your deepest despair, when you were crushed by disappointment and blinded by pain, you spoke words that became invisible. Prisons. You whispered to yourself, "I will always be alone." You declared, "I am destined for struggle, and joy is not for me." You made silent agreements with the spirit of poverty, thinking that if you expected nothing, you would never be hurt by disappointment again. You signed contracts with bitterness, promising to never trust, to never open your heart, and to never risk your peace for a dream. These were not just passing thoughts. They were spiritual signatures given to the shadows. They have acted like invisible tethers, pulling you back every time you tried to fly, and like heavy anchors every time you tried to sail toward your destiny. But I am the supreme judge of the universe, and I am declaring those contracts null and void. This very second, every word you spoke against your own future is being struck from the record of heaven. Every vow of lack and every covenant with loneliness is being incinerated in the fire of my presence. I am the only one who has the final authority over your life, and I say those papers are torn to shreds. Feel my fire as it moves through the atmosphere around you, searching for every hidden hook and every tethering line that has restricted your movement. I am revoking the license of every curse you laid upon yourself in a moment of anger or grief, and every negative word spoken over you by others that you mistakenly accepted as your truth. I am the God of the new covenant, and my grace overrides every human error. As the fire consumes these false agreements, I want you to pay close attention to the space around your body. Can you feel it? It is a sudden, sharp sensation, as if an invisible, suffocating net that has been draped over you for decades is suddenly being grabbed by my powerful hands and torn away from your limbs. You can feel the mesh of the net snapping. You can feel the constriction around your chest and your spirit vanishing. There is a lightness in the air, a freedom of movement you haven't felt since you were a small child. The glass ceiling over your finances and the iron gate around your heart are being dismantled. You are no longer bound by the limitations you once accepted as your reality. Speak your freedom into existence now. Use the breath I've given you to shatter the silence of the enemy. Declare it with authority. Every false contract is broken. I am free to flourish. Say it again, louder, so the heavens hear your liberation. Every false contract is broken. I am free to flourish. You are no longer a slave to your own words or the words of your accusers. I have replaced your contracts of sorrow with a covenant of everlasting peace. You are now free to walk into the prosperity I have prepared for you. You are free to love without the fear of the old walls. You are free to dream without the weight of the old failures. This round is sealed by the fire of my spirit. The tethers are gone, the net is destroyed, and you are standing in an open field of infinite possibility. Take a step, my beloved. Feel the ground beneath you. It is no longer a trap, it is your platform. You are stepping into a season where the only limits are the ones I set, and I have set none on my love for you. My precious one, we ascend now into the 6th chamber of the fire. Round 6, driving out the fog of confusion. I have seen you wandering in the gray haze of your own mind, feeling as though you are walking through a thick, suffocating mist where every direction looks the same. I have seen the mental static that plagues your waking hours, the inability to make a simple decision, the paralysis that grips you when you think about your next step, and the constant nagging feeling that you are missing something vital. This fog was not created by your lack of intelligence. It was engineered by your past to keep you from seeing the exit sign of your wilderness. The enemy has used the smoke from your old fires to blind you to the new horizon I have set before you. You have been asking me for a sign, for a map, for a voice to guide you, but today I am doing something greater. I am clearing the very atmosphere of your intellect. I am the light of the world, and in my presence no shadow of doubt and no mist of uncertainty can remain. Feel my fire now as it moves into your forehead, into the very center of your thought life. It is a cool, piercing flame that does not burn, but illuminates. I want you to pay close attention to your physical senses right now. Close your eyes for a moment and then open them. Do you feel it? It is as if a thin gray film has been peeled away from your pupils. Your vision is becoming sharp, focused, and crystal clear. The static noise in the back of your head is fading into a profound golden silence. The fog that has stood between you and your destiny is not just lifting, It is being evaporated by the heat of my glory. You are beginning to see things as they truly are, not as your fears have painted them. The obstacles that look like giants are shrinking into their true size, and the path that was hidden in the shadows is now glowing with a divine radiance. Your eyes are no longer heavy with the exhaustion of searching. They are bright with the joy of finding. Confusion is a thief of time, but I am the restorer of your days. I am giving you back the years the locusts of indecision have eaten. From this moment on, you will move with a divine precision that will startle even you. You will know what to say, where to go, and who to trust, because my spirit is now the compass of your soul. The web of complicated thoughts that kept you awake at night has been untangled. I have replaced your many questions with my one answer, and that answer is me. Declare your clarity now with a voice of triumph. The fog is gone. I see my path clearly. Say it until you feel the victory in your bones. The fog is gone. I see my path clearly. You are no longer lost in the woods of your past. You are standing on the mountaintop of my revelation. Round 6 is sealed. Your mind is a sanctuary of focus, and your eyes are fixed on the prize. We are standing at the final door. My beloved, and the fire is ready to ignite the very altar of your future. My beloved, we have reached the climax of this holy transformation. We enter the 7th and final chamber, round 7 igniting the altar of future. For 6 rounds we have been dismantling, clearing, and purging. We have burned the trash of your yesterday, but now the fire changes its nature. It is no longer a fire of destruction, it is a fire of activation. I am moving from the graveyard of your past to the garden of your tomorrow. I see the dreams you buried because they hurt too much to look at. I see the assignments you put on a shelf because you thought you weren't enough. I see the destiny that has been waiting at the door, knocking for years while you were busy nursing your wounds. Today the waiting room is closed. The delay is over. I'm striking the match of my sovereignty against the wood of your faithfulness, and I'm setting your future ablaze with a glory that will never be extinguished. Pay close attention now, for this is the moment of your spiritual ignition. As I speak, I want you to feel the change in the atmosphere. It is no longer just peace, it is power. Feel a surge of warm electricity starting at the very crown of your head. It is a gentle, pulsing heat that begins to descend, moving through your mind, washing over your heart, and flowing down into your hands and feet. This is the current of my purpose. It is the energy of the new thing I am doing. As this warmth touches the soles of your feet, you will feel an undeniable urge to move forward. The paralysis of the past is gone. The heavy lead in your legs has been replaced by the light of my spirit. Your hands are becoming tools of creation, and your feet are becoming instruments of progress. You are not just ready, you are commissioned. The fire on this altar is a beacon that will guide you through every season, a light that no darkness can comprehend. I'm accelerating the clock. The things that took others decades to achieve, I will do in you in a matter of months. I'm restoring the years that were stolen, and I'm magnifying the impact of every step you take. The world will look at you and wonder where this new strength came from, and you will simply point to the altar that I have lit today. Declare your readiness. Now let it echo through the heavens. My future is on fire. I'm walking into my destiny. Say it until you feel the ground shake beneath your spirit. My future is on fire. I am walking into my destiny. Round 7 is sealed. The process is complete. You are no longer being built. You are built. You are no longer becoming. You are. The altar is burning. The path is clear, and the door is wide open. Step through, my chosen one. Your future does not just look bright. It looks like me. My precious one, look back at the distance we have traveled together through the 7 rounds of my divine fire. Can you feel the difference in the spiritual air you breathe? The chains of regret have been shattered. The ancestral shadows have been dismissed. The voice of shame has been silenced. The biological residue has been flushed. The false contracts have been shredded. The fog of confusion has been driven out, and the altar of your future has been ignited. This was not a mere meditation. It was a total overhaul of your existence. I have systematically dismantled every fortress the enemy spent years building within you. You are now standing in the wreckage of your old self, but you are not broken, you are liberated. The space that was once occupied by pain is now being filled with the raw potential of my glory. This is the moment where we lock these victories into your soul, ensuring that no thief can come in the night to steal what I have restored. But you must use the authority I have placed in your mouth to finish this work. Your words are the spiritual keys that lock the doors I've closed and open the doors I have ordained. Do not stay silent in the presence of your victory. Type it now with a heart of fire. No door is open to fear. Let those words resonate in the spiritual realm as an unbreakable law. As you type, press the like button. Now let this shield of light reach out to others who are still battling in silence, for your agreement releases a wave of deliverance that transcends space and time. And I invite you to subscribe to this sanctuary, making this your new daily rhythm of protection, clarity, and peace. By doing this, you are telling the heavens that you are no longer a casual observer of my grace, but a dedicated citizen of my kingdom, committed to staying under the shadow of my wings every single day. We are moving now into the expansion of this miracle. The fire has done its work of pruning and purging. Now the dew of my heaven is about to fall. I am expanding the borders of your influence and the capacity of your heart. You have been a vessel for sorrow for so long that you have forgotten how it feels to be a reservoir of joy. I'm stretching your soul to hold the weight of the blessings I'm about to pour out. The foundations are secure, the atmosphere is clear, and the fire is burning bright. We are transitioning from the heat of the battle to the coolness of the sanctuary. Prepare yourself to receive the peace that passes all understanding, for the restoration I've promised is not just a return to how things were, but an upgrade to what they were always meant to be. The best is not just yet to come, it is starting right now. My beloved, be still. The fire has done its work, and now comes the gentle rain of my presence. Can you feel the sudden shift in the air? The intensity of the battle is fading, replaced by a profound, heavy quiet. This is the peace drop. It is the moment when the dust of your struggle finally settles and you realize that the war is over. You have been fighting for so long that your heart doesn't know how to stop racing, but I am here to teach you the rhythm of rest. Peace is not something you have to chase or manufacture. It is the very atmosphere of the sanctuary I've built around you. Breathe it in. Let it fill your lungs and soak into your weary bones. You are safe, you are held, you are home. There is no more need to look over your shoulder, for I have become your rear guard and your surrounding shield. The world may be in chaos, but within the borders of my love, there is an unshakable stillness that belongs only to you. I am calling you into the deep waters of my tranquility. Imagine a lake at dawn, perfectly still, reflecting the glory of the heavens without a single ripple. That is your soul right now. Every wave of anxiety has been smoothed out by my hand. Every storm of doubt has been rebuked by my voice. This peace is not merely the absence of noise, it is the presence of the Almighty. It is a peace that stands guard over your heart and your mind, keeping the world out and keeping my love in. You do not need to perform here. You do not need to explain your past or justify your existence. Just be. In this sanctuary, your value is not measured by your productivity, but by your presence. Let the silence heal the places where the words of the world once cut you deep. You are basking in the light of my unconditional acceptance, and in this light, all your fears are becoming shadows of a life you no longer live. This is your new home, my chosen one. You no longer have to visit this peace like a stranger in a foreign land. You are a permanent resident of my rest. When the world outside begins to scream, you will find that the walls of this sanctuary remain unshakable. You carry this atmosphere with you wherever you go. You are a walking temple of my stillness. The fatigue that once drained your spirit is being replaced by a divine energy that flows from a place of rest, not a place of striving. Rest your head on my shoulder and listen to the silence of my grace. I have prepared this table for you in the presence of your enemies, but notice that the enemies are no longer at the table. They are gone. It is just you and I in the quiet of the morning and the peace of the eternal. Stay in this moment as long as you need, for the restoration of your strength begins in the depth of this stillness. My child, watch now as I perform the most spectacular reversal in the history of your life. For years, you looked at your past as a junkyard of broken dreams and wasted potential, but I am the God of the great exchange. I'm taking every tear you shed in secret and turning it into a seed of authority. The very things that were sent to destroy you, the betrayal that nearly broke your heart, the failure that made you want to give up, the sickness that stole your strength, I am repurposing them right now. They are no longer weapons in the hand of the enemy. They have become tools in my hand to fashion you into a powerhouse of my glory. I'm turning your valley of trouble into a door of hope. What was meant to be your end is actually your beginning. I am flipping the script on your history, and the tragedy you once lived is being rewritten as a triumph that will leave the world in awe. You thought you were being buried, but you were actually being planted. Your pain is now your platform. Your scars are no longer marks of shame. They have been transformed into stars of victory. Do not try to hide the places where you were wounded, for those wounds are now the credentials of your authority. Because you survived the fire, you can now lead others out of the flames. Because you endured the desert, you can now show others the way to the well. I am making your story a beacon for the lost and the broken. Every moment of suffering has produced in you a weight of glory that far outweighs the pain. You are no longer a victim of circumstances. You are a victor of grace. I have taken the jagged edges of your broken heart and polished them until they shine like diamonds. You are a living testimony that nothing is wasted in my kingdom. Your history is not a burden you carry. It is the fuel for the fire that will light the way for generations to come. I am releasing the blessing of double restoration upon you. I am not just giving you back what was stolen. I am returning it with interest. I am restoring your joy, your peace, your time, and your resources in a measure that overflows. This is the hour of the great recovery. Everything the locusts have eaten is being replanted in fertile soil. You will look back and realize that the delay was actually a season of multiplication. The enemies who watched you fall will now watch you rise to heights they cannot reach. If you believe I'm turning your mourning into dancing and your ashes into beauty, right now, do not stay silent. Type, "I believe," in the comments to claim this divine reversal. This is your moment of justice. This is your season of vindication. I am standing as your advocate, and I have declared that the remainder of your life will be greater than your beginning. My chosen one, the transformation is now reaching the very core of who you are. I am stripping away the labels that the world, the enemy, and your own fears have used to define you. You have answered to the name victim for too long. You have answered to rejected, stained, and forgotten. But today, I am issuing you a new name and a new identity that was forged in the fire of my holiness. I am calling you forth as a warrior of peace. Do not be confused by the name. Your warfare is not against flesh and blood, and your weapons are not of this world. You are a warrior because you have survived the furnace and emerged with your spirit intact. You are a warrior because you have chosen to trust me when the darkness was absolute. I'm placing a mantle of authority upon your shoulders that the shadows of your past can no longer touch. You are no longer the one who shrinks back in fear. You are the one who walks into the room and changes the atmosphere simply because I am with you. Hear my command for your new life. Walk covered. You are clothed in the armor of my light, and no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You no longer walk as an orphan searching for a place to belong. You walk as a son, a daughter, a royal heir to the kingdom. Speak different. Your words are no longer seeds of doubt or whispers of if only. Your tongue is now a pen of a ready writer decreeing my promises into reality. When you speak, speak with the authority of one who has been redeemed. Do not speak of your lack, speak of my abundance. Do not speak of your weakness, speak of my strength. Move different. The hesitant, dragging steps of your past are replaced by the purposeful, steady stride of a conqueror. You are not wandering, you are advancing. Every place the sole of your foot touches, I have given to you. You carry the peace of the sanctuary in your heart, and that peace is a force that will level mountains and calm seas. This identity upgrade is permanent. It is etched into the very fabric of your soul. You are a warrior of peace, meaning your presence brings order to chaos and light to darkness. You do not fight for victory. You fight from victory. The war for your soul has been won, and you are the evidence of my triumph. When the enemy looks at you now, he does not see the broken child of yesterday. He sees the reflection of the Lion of Judah. You are fortified, you are justified, and you are glorified in my sight. Go forth now, not in your own power, but in the authority of the name I've given you. You are my ambassador, my light bearer, and my beloved warrior. The world will recognize the change in you, and they will know that you have been with the living God. Stand tall, breathe deep, and embrace the glory of the new you. My beloved, you are standing on the high ground of a hard-won victory. The fire has passed, the smoke has cleared, and you are clothed in a new identity. But here, my wisdom, a territory conquered, must be a territory guarded. The enemy is a persistent squatter who will look for an unlocked window or a forgotten gate to re-enter the sanctuary of your soul. To keep this peace, you must become a vigilant gardener of the life I've restored. First, you must establish healthy and holy boundaries. You can no longer afford to be a reservoir for everyone else's chaos. It is not an act of pride to say no to people and environments that drain the oil from your lamp. It is an act of stewardship over the miracle I performed in you. Protect your time and your energy with the same ferocity that I protected you in the furnace. If a connection requires you to sacrifice the peace I have given you, then that connection is too expensive for your new season. Second, become a gatekeeper of the information you allow into your spirit. Your eyes and ears are the portals to your heart. If you fill your mind with the noise of the world's gloom, the static of gossip, or the images of fear, you are inviting the old fog back into your temple. Feed your soul on the bread of my truth and the water of my presence. Third, you must practice radical forgiveness as a daily exercise. Do not forgive because those who hurt you deserve it. Forgive because you deserve to stay free. Unforgiveness is a hook that the past uses to pull you backward. When you release them, you are actually releasing the last tether to your old prison. Let the blood of my mercy wash away the accounts you have been keeping against others, and keep your own ledger white and clean. Fourth, embrace the rhythm of divine rest. You do not have to run at the world's frantic pace to prove your worth. Rest is a spiritual weapon. It is a declaration that you trust me to handle the things you cannot touch. Make space to breathe, to be silent, and to simply enjoy my company without an agenda. Finally, keep my name as a constant whisper on your lips. When you feel the cold breath of an old shadow trying to return, do not argue with it and do not try to analyze it. Simply call out to me. A short, urgent prayer of Lord cover me or peace be still is enough to activate the entire army of heaven on your behalf. You are not guarding this victory alone. I am the wall of fire around you. Walk in these steps of wisdom, and the peace I have given you will not be a fleeting moment, but a permanent foundation. My precious one, the work is complete. Look at yourself. The shadows have fled, the chains are dust, and the light of my glory now radiates from the very center of your being. This is the moment of the final seal. I am placing my signet ring upon your heart, marking you as my own, untouchable by the darkness of yesterday and immune to the arrows of the enemy. You are no longer the one who was. You are the one I always intended you to be. The journey through the fire has refined you into a vessel of honor, and as you step out from this sacred encounter, you carry the authority of the heavens within your breast. The transaction is finished. The debt is paid. The restoration is total. I have closed the doors that led to your sorrow and opened the portals that lead to your prosperity. What I have joined together today, no man and no devil can put asunder. You are stepping into a world that will look the same, but you will move through it as a different being, a child of the Most High, shielded by grace and fueled by purpose. Now seal this prophecy in the physical realm so it is locked into your life forever. Do not let the thief of doubt steal this moment from you. Type the final seal in the comments. Right now, it is done. My future is guarded. Let these words be the iron bolt that shuts the past away forever. As you do this, I invite you one last time to subscribe to this sanctuary and join this family of light. What I have started in you today, I will continue to finish. By subscribing, you are choosing to stay in this daily rhythm of protection, clarity, and peace, ensuring that the fire on your altar never goes out. Press the like button one last time to signal your final, absolute agreement with this miracle. Go forth now, not as a seeker of peace, but as a carrier of it. Walk in authority, speak with power, and live in my love. It is done, it is finished, it is sealed. Do not stop here, my beloved. The strength you have received today is a foundation, but a foundation must be built upon to withstand the tests of time. This victory needs to be reinforced and locked into your spirit so that it becomes your permanent reality. Do not let the momentum fade or the world's noise drown out the stillness we have created together. I am calling you to step immediately into the next message, where I will reveal the deeper layers of your protection and show you how to walk in the fullness of the authority I have granted you today. Your journey from the shadows into the light is a continuous river, and I am waiting to lead you further into the depths of my grace. Click the next video now and let the transformation continue. What I have begun, I will surely complete. I'm with you in every word and every step,